Good morning, children. Today we are going to see how to change a sentence into negative. You see, an ordinary statement is called an assertive sentence. It has two parts, affirmative and negative. You are going to learn how to change an affirmative sentence into a negative sentence. The first rule is that when we have a be verb in an affirmative sentence, it can be changed into negative by adding not after the be verb. Look at the examples given. The first sentence is, I am a student. In this sentence, the verb is am. If you want to change this into negative, just add not after the verb am. So, the sentence I am a student becomes I am not a student. Now, look at the second example. Mohan is a doctor. Here, the verb is. If you add not after the verb is, the sentence becomes negative. Hence, the sentence Mohan is a doctor becomes Mohan is not a doctor. Come to the third example. My sons are in Palani. The verb here is are. If you add not after are, the sentence becomes negative. Thus, my sons are in Palani becomes my sons are not in Palani. The fourth example is Kala was a nurse. Here the verb is was. Add not after was and the sentence becomes negative. Kala was a nurse becomes Kala was not a nurse. Look at the last example. We were in the library. Here the verb is were. Add not after were and the sentence becomes negative. We were in the library becomes we were not in the library. This is the first rule which you have to remember about changing a sentence with a be verb into negative. Now, let us move on to the next item, adding not after have verbs. Now, follow the same rule which you followed for the be verbs. As you did in the first item, you are going to add not after have or has or had. Look at the first example. I have a car. The verb here is have. Add not after have and the sentence becomes negative. I have a car becomes I have not a car. Now come to the second example. Anita has 2 rings. In this sentence, the verb is has. Add not after has. Anita has 2 rings becomes Anita has not 2 rings. Look at the third example. We had a dog. The verb in this sentence is had. When you want to change this into negative, what do? You add not after had. So, the sentence we had a dog becomes we had not a dog. So, what have you learned today? Remember children, when you have be verbs or have verbs in an affirmative sentence, they are changed into negative by adding not after the be verbs or have verbs. What are the be verbs? They are am, is, are, was and were. What are the have verbs? They are have, has, had. Go through the examples again and see that you have understood the rules regarding be verbs and have verbs. Thank you children.